Shrewd Manager Christianity's position. Concentrating on the legs, the shroud looks like it covered a bloody corpse. Experts add significant support for this conclusion. On the front image, Jesus' anatomical right is on the viewer's right. On the back image, it is on the viewer's left. This graphic shows why. Viewed on the back panel, the right foot gives us our first clue. We see the full sole. Assuming the ankle has a typical range of motion, this means the right knee is bent. The left foot is raised somewhat above the right. This means the left knee is also bent. The image of the knees is darker and more distinct. The feet are likewise a little darker and clearer than the lower leg. We can easily imagine how a cloth naturally drapes over the bent knees, tense above the shins, and reconnects with the feet or toes. Here is how an artist drew this draping. We quickly grasp a relationship between the cloth and the figure. The closer the cloth is to the figure, the darker and clearer the image. Future videos will show that this observation has huge implications. The stains around the right sole represent blood that pooled while Jesus was lying on his back. Otherwise, they are floating in mid-air. These traits were noted almost immediately after the first photos of the shroud were taken in 1898. Many forensic medical experts examined the shroud. Not only do they see what we see, their expertise allows them to draw further conclusions. Robert Buckland was a forensic pathologist for over 50 years and personally autopsied over 25,000 bodies. Here's what he had to say. The right foot covered with blood left an imprint of the heel and toes. A square image surrounded by a pale halo in the metatarsal zone shows where the foot has been pierced. A reasonable conclusion from the position of the feet is that the same object penetrated both feet after the left had been placed over the right. Giovanni Giudica Cordiglia was a coroner and a professor of legal or forensic medicine. Here's what he said. On the right sole, the square nail mark is clear. The blood flows going toward the toes represent blood that flowed while Jesus was on the cross. The flows toward the heel could well represent the extraction of the nail. Venous blood flows toward the toes, but blood around the heels is post-mortem. The clots are not distinct because they were not yet perfectly coagulated. He noted opaque, blackish serous fluid. Longtime chief surgeon Angiolo Badaglini writes, in the center of the right sole, in correspondence to the second intermetatarsal space, the nail hole is apparent. He calls this rows of blood mark on the right instep a transfer stain. He also calls the blood-saturated sole of the right foot a transfer stain. There's very little blood flow from the sole of the left foot. This could be due to some obstacle preventing the flow, most likely the right foot. One is inclined to admit that on the cross, the left foot was nailed over the right. Head of surgery Pierre Barbet experimented on cadavers and showed that a single nail pierced the 2 feet. The rows of blood is probably where the instep of the right foot and the sole of the left foot are joined together by the nail. This is likely a crucifixion position, with the right foot resting on the upright post and the left on top of the right. In the tomb, the left foot moves aside, hovering over the front part of the right foot. Many sculptors agree, as these examples show. Because no living person or long-dead body can sustain this posture, for many experts, this stiffness suggests rigor mortis, meaning the man was portrayed within 36 hours of his death. Medical experts agree with our simple observation that the stains represent blood. We summarized several experts who saw transfer stains of lifeblood, post-mortem blood, blood in the process of coagulation, and opaque serous fluid. The stains and image precisely correspond. Each are anatomically accurate. A pale halo puncture wound and blood pooling on the back image aligns with the rows of blood on the front image. The stain's path is obstructed at the precise spot where the left and right feet overlap on the image. so both the image and stains should be seen as a single unit, and the front and back images should also be seen as a single unit. The cloth appears to have wrapped a bloody, wounded man. Next, we consider the image of the legs in the context of art history and show significant departures from Renaissance paintings of the same subject.